welcome to yoga. Thank you for coming. All right, so today we're gonna, I said in the email, did anybody know that twist again? Was it chubby checker?
Yes, I think so.
Anyway, we're gonna do just some different twists, but just one more thing, focus on a twist. Oh, so you do need a strap and 2 blocks, so I'll bring that around to you. Yeah, so just some different looks at twists, different from last week. You may not need these, but it's good to have them in case. Okay. There. All right, so get into whatever position you can sit or lie down, however you like to kind of come inside. Ooh, and just, sometimes it's really nice to just shut out that external world, everything outside of this room, and just see where you are today at the start of practice. So in the way that you like to bring your awareness inside and just check yourself out on a physical level, your body. Notice if you can detect any place that you're carrying tension or that feels tight, or maybe you have a little injury or muscle tear or whatever, sore from exercise, whatever. Just notice and remember during practice to listen to your body first as your first teacher, and never move through pain. Sensation's fine, not pain. And also notice the feeling tone. This can be kind of tricky, but emotions are felt in the body too, so just notice any emotions that you might have and where you might feel them. And then bring your awareness to your breath. Again, we're gonna do a pranayama, but first just see what your breath is like as your body breathes itself. Just notice the qualities, the rate, fast, slow, deep, shallow, even, irregular, whatever. And just as you're doing this, relax your face, your jaw, your shoulders, your neck. And we're going to do a 3-part breath, so it's belly breath. So just make sure your belly is soft. You can put a hand on your belly, a hand on your chest, if that helps to feel the breath. And start with a nice exhale. Exhale everything out. And then as you breathe in, notice your belly rise. Part 1, and then the breath moves up, expanding your rib cage, all the way up to your collarbones. And as you exhale, release in the opposite direction. Collarbones move down, ribs move back in, belly moves back down. I would just do a few more rounds of 3-part breath. Just following the movement of your body on the inhale, expanding from the belly up. And
And cascading on the exhale, everything softens, moves back to center from the top down. Take 3 more rounds, 3 more belly breaths. You complete the 3rd round, no hurry. Just return, let that pranayama go, and just come back to a slow, deep, even breath that you can maintain during practice. And then take a moment or two to create an intention for your practice, something you'd like to take away from your practice today. You can also dedicate your practice to something or someone else. And we're going to begin today on our backs. So let's see. You don't need any props near you. So just come on over onto your back. Stretch out long, legs out long, arms up and back overhead. On an inhale, lengthen out in 2 directions. And on an exhale, draw your right knee into your chest, squeeze it in. And inhale, lengthen out again. Exhale, draw your left knee into your chest, squeeze it in. And just do 2 more rounds like that. Inhaling, lengthening out. Exhaling, bring alternate legs into your knees, into your chest. And the next time you bring your right knee into your chest, just pause there. Lengthen the right leg up toward the ceiling, so as if you're stretching the bottom of your foot to touch the ceiling. And rotate your ankle, so rotate it around in a circle one direction a few times. And then the other direction a few times. And then bring the toes toward your shin and then point toward the ceiling. So 2 kinds of flexion. And then bring your right foot to the mat, lengthen it out to meet the left leg. Just notice if your legs feel different, if there's a difference in how your legs feel. Mine might feel longer. Maybe not. And on an exhale, bring your left knee into your chest, squeeze it in, lengthen the left leg up toward the ceiling. Start by just stretching the bottom of your foot as if you're trying to touch the ceiling. And then rotate your ankle in one direction, circles. And then the other direction. And then heel presses up, toes reach up, back and forth a few times. Okay, then bring the left foot down, bend the right knee so your knees are bent, feet are about hip width apart. And we're gonna do some windshield wipes. So bring your arms out, shoulder height, palms facing up. And inhale in the center here. Your legs can be hip width apart or all the way out to the edge of the mat, however you wanna have them, or they can be, no, just let's keep the feet on the floor for right now. Okay, so inhale in the center. Exhale, bring your belly, navel toward the mat, and let your knees move over to the right. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, knees go toward the left. So just move like this, windshield wipe, slowly. Don't just let your legs go down as far as they do. If you want to, take your gaze in the opposite direction of your legs or the same direction, or it can be straight up. So this is a twist. Okay, now the next time your knees come over to the right, just pause there, keep your arms as they are. Okay, now the knees are gonna stay right where they are, and we're gonna move the upper body, the arms. So take an inhale right here, the way your arms are, lengthen out through both arms. And on an exhale, draw your left arm up toward the ceiling and across your body to meet the right palm. And that's the exhale. And then take the left fingertips and see if you can slide them out beyond the right fingertips just a little bit. And then inhale, open that arm out like you're opening a book. Very nice. And then exhale, close the book. And then draw the arm back across your chest. Slide it out a little bit over that palm. And then inhale, open. So a couple more times. So this is the lumbar spine, the lower spine isn't really meant to twist. It's more for flexion and extension. So when we twist, we want to think about twisting more in the thoracic, the rib cage, and the cervical spine in your neck. Okay, then the next time your arms are opened out, just pause there, hold the twist. Take a few breaths here. See if you can find any release on the exhale. And then as you come out of the twist, take your gaze straight up toward the ceiling. So you come out of a twist from the top down, and keep your arms open and bring your knees back to center. You might want to jiggle around a little bit, getting re-centered. And then on an exhale, pull your belly in, let your knees come over to the left. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So start with an inhale, lengthen out through both arms, and then draw your left arm over your chest. Slide it over right arm. Slide it over the left palm, and then inhale, open the book. Arms back up and over. And then exhale. Couple more times, opening, stretching out, exhale, close. And next time you open your arms out, just hold in that position. And then, let's see, what's the best way to get up here. We're gonna come up to all fours. So let's bring both knees into your chest, hug both knees in, and you can rock on your back and rock up to sitting, and then come to all fours, or you can come over onto your side and bring yourself up with your hands. So best way for you, come onto your tabletop, all fours, and you might want to have a blanket under your knees if your knees are sensitive. So, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Spread your fingers, press into the roots of the fingers, take a little, if your wrists are very sensitive, you can make a fist. That can help. Okay, so start here. We're just gonna do a few gentle cat-cows to begin. So inhale, your tailbone comes up, chest down through your arms, push the mat away, lift your chin perhaps a little bit. Exhale, round and tuck, chin toward chest. So move with your breath, really gently, slowly, mindfully, letting your breath begin the movement. And then get your blocks and put your blocks up a little bit ahead of where your hands would be in tabletop. So if this is tabletop, and we'll start using the blocks. And if you don't like the blocks makes this a little bit more accessible, but you don't need to use them if you decide you don't like it. Okay, so start by moving back into a child's pose type or puppy type pose. So round your back, hips back toward your heels. So you're gonna find a nice stretch in the shoulder here. And then come up as though you're still tucked into a cat pose. Bring your shoulders over your wrists, and drop your hips, and extend your spine. So this is upward dog with your hands around the block. And then this is a vinyasa. So then you're going to tuck and round, move back toward child's pose. Keep the rounding as you come up, shoulders over wrists, let your hips drop and open up your chest. Beautiful. Okay, a few more times like that. The blocks just kind of raise the floor up a little bit and make it a little more accessible. You don't have to use the blocks. Okay, the next time you come back into a child's pose, move the blocks away and come all the way down into child's pose. Rest your head on your hands or anything that makes this comfortable. Just release everything down into the mat. Breathe into your back body. Just imagine or feel the back ribs expanding as the front is compressed. Okay, now come back up to all fours. I'm going to do a twist here, bent side angle. So take your right foot up. You can use your hands to help get it there. So your knee is right over the ankle. Let's kind of sink into the hips, so feel here, yep. Raise your left arm up, right arm up if you can, and then hands to heart space. And bring your navel toward your spine and twist toward your bent leg. You can put your elbow on the leg, nice, or your arm straight down, your hand behind your back. Beautiful. So this is a twist. It's a little bouncy, so it might help to have something that you're looking at. Take 2 more breaths here. Nice, and then unwind, your head comes back first, then your hands, step your foot back, and we'll do that to the other side. So this time, left foot leg comes forward, knee over ankle, drop that, front hip, there we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to Anjali Mudra. Bring your belly in and then twist your upper body, your shoulders over toward the left. Very nice. Each inhale, lengthen your spine out. Exhale. Don't overdo, you don't want to jam it. So just one more breath. Very nice. Unwind, head first, then shoulders, and knee back. Very good. All fours. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back into down dog. Maybe pedal your feet a little bit. This is our first down dog. Spread your hands. Bend your knees a lot and send your tailbone up toward the sky. Chest comes toward your thighs. Shake your head, yes, no, nice and loose up there. And then you can see if you want to maybe straighten your legs a little bit, but you don't have to. And then look up toward your hands and walk your feet up. Come into Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Knees bent a little or a lot. You can take hold of opposite elbows. And let's let the weight of your upper body lengthen out your spine. Make sure your navel is drawn in and up to protect that lumbar spine. Go back. Now bring your hands to your shins, come halfway up, half lift, lengthen out through the crown of your head, through your tailbone. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, press into your feet, slowly, slowly, slowly. Come all the way up. Reach up, palms touch, and right down to your heart space. And we'll come into mountain pose. So look at your feet, make sure your toes are pointing ahead. Feet can be hip width apart or closer. So press into the 4 corners of your feet. So your quads engage lightly. Take a little bit of a tilt so your pelvic bones come up just a little bit. And then you want to create space between your pelvic bones and your ribs. So lengthen up through your chest, torso. Shoulders up, back, down to open your chest. Palms face forward. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. And then, let go of any effort you don't need. So if you feel gripping anywhere, just soften, but keep the alignment. Ear over shoulder, over hip, over ankle. Come back to your breath. If you have the balance, close your eyes.
or just gaze at, soft gaze at something. Take 2 more slow, deep, even breaths. Feel the energy moving around. Okay, and we're gonna do swim arms, which is a little bit of a twist. So let's do backstroke. So inhale, your right arm comes up, follow it with your gaze if you can, and it comes back, and then the left arm comes up. Your upper, and so try to keep your hips, engage your core, keep your hips toward the front. Or just engage your core to give some stability to that lumbar spine, which isn't a big lover of twists. Okay, then pause and begin to go front forward. Just change the directions of your circle. Okay, then bring that to stillness. And turn to face the long edge of your mat, doesn't matter which way you're facing. Step your feet out wide. This is going to be, well, first we're going to do a wide leg forward bend, and then we're going to do a version. Last week we did revolved triangle, and this is called triangle twist. It's just a different version. Anyway, so start here. Okay, inhale, arms up shoulder height, and then bring your hands to your hips or the crease in the front of your legs here. And inhale, begin to come forward, hinging at your hips, so keeping long through the spine. You can have a block in front of you. Bring your hands to the block. And you might find in this position that you can move your feet a little further apart. Now you don't have to have the block, but just a few times. Inhale here and half lift, and then exhale, let your upper body come down. And a few more times. Inhale, half lift, lengthen out, just like we did when our feet were closer together. Forward fold, exhale down. Inhale, lengthen. So press into the inner edges of your feet, so your inner thighs are going to be moving back. And now we'll do the twisting triangle. So right hand comes to the block or the mat. Inhale your left arm up. You can bring your gaze to look up at that arm if that's comfortable, or you can look down or straight out to the side. So just take 3 slow, deep, even breaths here. Twisting triangle. And then bring that left arm down. We'll go to the other side. Inhale your right arm up. Gaze can be anywhere you want. Very nice. Remember to bring your navel in as you're twisting. Okay, and then bring that arm down, kind of heel toe your feet a little bit closer together. And on an inhale, press into your feet, arms out, come all the way up to standing. And then bring your feet together. Just for a little change, we're gonna do some feet apart poses, but anyway, so just circle your hips, take any movement that you like. Let's do a half sun here in the middle. So inhale, arms come up. Exhale, forward fold, bend your knees. Inhale, come up to chair. Hips back, arms up. Exhale all the way up and hands around. One more, just like that. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair, fierce pose. Exhale up and around. Very nice. All right, now step your feet wide again. We're gonna do, these are not twists, but so take your left heel and rotate it back toward the back corner of the mat. Right toes toward the front edge of the mat. So, yeah, so start by facing the long edge. Did I say that? Maybe I didn't say that. Face the long edge, good. Okay, now rotate your left heel back and right toes out. So you've got a closed hip, open hip posture. Then take your right knee out over your right ankle. So knee out of over the right ankle. Inhale your arms up, shoulder height. Okay, take your gaze over your middle finger of your right hand. So warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. So take a look at your back arm, just see if it's level. And just take a few breaths here. So inhale, lengthen out and up. Exhale, maybe sink a little more into the pose. Pressing into your feet, out through your fingertips, up through the crown of your head. Okay, the next inhale, reach out with your right arm, bring your forearm to your right thigh. Left arm can go straight up or behind your back or to your waist. So here again is the open chest. This is bent side angle. We did revolved bent side angle on all fours. This is just regular. Your gaze here can be straight ahead or up or down. So you're thinking about opening your chest, your left shoulder moving back. One more slow, deep, even breath. And then inhale, come on up. Square your feet again. We'll do that to the other side. So this time, feet are wide, starting out. And then your right heel pivots back toward the corner of your mat, left toes toward the short edge. Bend and straighten the left knee till you find the stance where your knee can come right over your ankle. Take your shoulders kind of squared to the long edge. Yep. Then inhale, arms out, shoulder height. Warrior 2. Take a look at the back arm. Press into your feet. Your right leg is inwardly rotating. Left leg is outwardly rotating. Inhale, lengthen out, lengthen up, press down. Exhale, maybe sink a little bit. Check in with your face. Relax your face. Shoulders down from the ears. One more breath. Now inhale, reach your left arm straight out and then bring your left forearm to your left thigh and right arm somewhere up behind your back, on your waist. This side, our sides are different. So just honor what your body's telling you. Now as you have your left forearm on your left thigh, don't sink down into that. Just let it be. You want to maintain the lift and length of your spine here, so don't collapse. You can feel the arm on the leg, but don't depend on it too much. Okay, 2 more breaths. And then inhale, come on back up. Square your feet, walk them together again. And we'll take half sun. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale all the way up. Hands around. And this time we're going to come down onto all fours. So from the top edge of your mat, inhale up. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees a lot, hands to the mat, step back into down dog, not to stay. Then inhale your knees to the mat and come to all four. And we're going to do a gentle pigeon. So normally when we do pigeon, we're bringing the knee outside of the wrist. This time we're just going to bring the right knee right up to the right wrist, straight forward. So it's kind of, and then we're going to slide the left leg back and then come onto our forearms if that's comfortable, and you can rest your head. So we're going to forward fold over the right leg. So it's kind of like a half child's pose almost. And you can use any supports that make this comfortable. You can put your head on a block, a blanket, your hands. Just find this is a gentle pigeon pose. So just find how you can support yourself so you can just relax into this for just a few breaths. Pigeon can be kind of demanding, but this is a gentle one because of the different leg position. So you can feel the opening in the left hip, which is extended, and then you're folding over the right, which is in flexion. One more breath. And then use your hands to bring yourself up. Come over onto the right hip. So let the right leg come onto its side and swing your left leg around to the outside. This is something we did last week. This is a half Lord of the Fishes. If this is not comfortable for you, you can just have a cross-legged foundation. So lengthen up first, nice tall spine. And then on the exhale, pull your belly in and bring your upper body and shoulders around to the left. You can put your left hand behind for like a little kickstand. And you can drape your right arm over your left knee or take a hold like this. Anything that feels comfortable, don't force. And then each inhale, lengthen up. Each exhale, keep your navel in, and then you can bring, the last thing you can do is bring the twist, look over your left shoulder, bring it into the cervical spine, only if it feels good. So twisting, as we said last week, wrings out your organs. It can be very energizing and stimulating for your muscles and your nerves, and it's just a kind of a good thing to do. Okay, now as you come out, remember top down, so bring your gaze around to the front first, then your shoulders. Very nice. Okay, and then we'll we'll do that sequence on the other side. So this time for the pigeon, we're gonna bring the left knee right up to the left wrist, start from all fours. Left knee comes just straight ahead, and then slide back on the left leg. And then lower down. If it feels good to just stay on your forearms, that's perfectly fine. So, be comfortable. And just come into pigeon on this side, variation of pigeon. Okay, one more breath. And then use your hands to slowly and carefully come onto your left hip. Bring that right leg around and either come into seated, easy seat, or take the right leg on the outside of the left. And lengthen up. So take an inhale, lengthen up. Raise your left arm up, rotate around toward your belly in, rotate around toward the right, and just find where you want to take a hold of your left leg, or drape your arm over it. Most important thing is to lengthen, 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 belly in, and turn. So the twist is mainly in the upper, the chest, the rib cage, the thoracic spine, and maybe the cervical if you want to turn to look over your shoulder. Okay, then to come out, head comes around first, then unwind your shoulders, then unwind your legs, and then we're gonna stretch out the legs long. Sit up tall. You can put your hands behind if you wanna give yourself a little help there. Dandasana, just a neutral position. And then we're gonna come down onto our backs, so bend your knees, and then just roll it down. Onto your backs. And we're gonna do a couple things here. One last twist with wide legs. So we did windshield wipe before, so the arms are the same, out to shoulder height, palms face up. But bring your legs wide toward the edge of the mat. They don't have to go all the way, but just wider than hip width. Inhale right here in the center. Exhale, bring your navel toward the mat. Let the legs come over toward the left. And we're just gonna stay here. And so this is a gentle, wide leg twist. So the shoulders are on the mat. So the twist is more in the lower, lower back and the hips, which isn't the lumbar isn't big on the twisting. So you want to make sure you have your navel in, giving a little support there. But each exhale, see if you can just soften and release, let gravity do the work, and find some release
muscles, the fascia. See if you can feel release. You can certainly release your jaw, muscles of your face, your neck, shoulders can release down to the mat. Okay, now inhale, bring your legs back to center. Kind of rock a little bit maybe in the center. And then take an inhale. Exhale, draw your navel down and up, and let your knees come over to the right. Your gaze can go to the left, to the right, to the middle. Pick which one feels the best. Breathe in, send the breath everywhere in the body like you're blowing up a balloon. And then on the exhale, soften. Give your body permission to just let go. Let go of anything you're holding on to, anything you're gripping. Okay, take one more really slow, deep breath. Bring your knees back to center. We're going to do one final pose before Shavasana, which is kind of like Shavasana. So your arms, you don't have to be shoulder height, somewhere out from your body, palms face up. But keep your feet wide out on the mat and let your knees come toward each other. Okay, so you might want to find that place to have your feet where your knees can come together with ease. And then take your arms, right arm over the left, and bring the right hand to the left shoulder, the left hand to the right shoulder, so like a hug pose. And then just release. So find a comfortable place here where you just can relax your legs, let them hold each other up. This is called constructed rest pose. Don't be, if something doesn't feel right, if you're not relaxing totally into this, make any little movements or adjustments to make it better. can stay here if this is where you'd like to be for Shavasana, or take any movement or pose. Take a minute or so to get where you want to be and complete your practice before the Shavasana. And I will, just let me know if you need anything, just give me a sign.
I think I'm fine.
Yes, that's fine. Okay. Just settle in, surrender to the moment. Let go. We're gonna have a nice long Shavasana today, so. Just give yourself over to it. Gently bring your awareness back to the space and begin to awaken your body slowly, just with gentle movements. And as you're ready, bring your knees into your chest. And come over onto your side or to a seat, whatever works for you. Just notice where you are. Like you did at the beginning of practice, just check in with your body and your feeling mind and your actual mind. Perhaps revisit your intention. Notice your breath. And eventually bringing yourself up to a comfortable seat. Eyes closed, sitting tall, lengthening, pressing down into your sit bones, up through the crown of your head, shoulders down from your ears. On an inhale, take your arms wide out to the side, cross your arms, give yourself a hug. You pat your shoulders. Inhale once again, arms out. Exhale, opposite cross, give yourself another hug. Can't have too many hugs. I thank you for bringing yourselves to yoga today, for allowing me to lead you in practice. And the light in me bows to and honors the very same light in each of you. Namaste.
Namaste.